go. Dun, dun, 94.9 The Rock, GTA's rock station. Hey, tonight at Free Times Cafe in Toronto, Kaleb Hikele and the Sun Harmonic. If you've been listening to Generation Next over the last couple of weeks and the last few years for that matter, we've had you guys on. You don't mouth the words, you can talk.
You know what? The first time you ever brought me on was with a band called The Other Birds.
Okay, yes, I remember that.
That was in like 2013, man. Like a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then Sun Harmonic song along the way.
Yeah.
I think maybe even I mean I've been doing the Kaleb Hikele thing now solo, but yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah. Now, did I introduce you? Sorry, Kaleb Hikele from the Sun Harmonic is here with us.
Nice to be here.
This is cool. So a couple of weeks ago, we had you on for a week. Kind of nice to have your stuff played by John Angus MacDonald from the Trews.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Their new album came out yesterday. Right?
Yeah. I was listening, and you know what? Really quick story about that. I was supposed to open for the Trews in April 2020.
Yeah.
Imagine that date, right? A month after the pandemic hit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we were supposed to open for the Trews, and I sent this story to John, and I said, man, it's been a goal of mine to get a show as cool as that again, because I didn't even get to announce it to my friends. I didn't even get to brag to my buddies like, hey, I'm opening for the Trews. It was canceled before I even got to announce.
Yeah.
It was just the coolest thing ever, man, and like it's given me the courage to keep doing my thing so that I can get on that stage again, right? Because like it doesn't get any better than CanCon royalty like the Trews and like other Canadian bands, right? And so it was a dream come true, and then pandemic hits, and what do you do?
We're gonna have to try and push some buttons for it.
Sure.
Yeah. You know, I haven't talked about the pandemic in a while, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
We'd all kind of like to leave that behind us.
Yeah.
Even though we're still feeling the effects, but man, almost 6 years ago now.
Yeah.
Almost 6 years, and there were 3 years when we really were just spinning around in circles, just trying to get through this thing. And
well, hey, I put it this way: I've played more shows in the last week on my tour than I did in those 3 years.
Wow!
Right?
Wow.
Like, and any musician listening is probably nodding their head and going like, "Oh man, me too."
Yeah.
Like everything was canceled, and then even when things got back up and running, nothing was happening. Like the only show I played maybe was an outdoor show at a brewery in Burlington that I can think of. It took so long for things to get back up and running.
Which brewery was it?
Nickelbrook.
Oh, Nickelbrook.
Yeah.
Headstock IPA.
Yes, I was playing outside. Yeah. I mean, that was the only way to play. And then, you know, things started moving inside, and then it took me until 2024 to go on tour again. And then once I started touring, it was hard to stop. I played something like I was counting them because it got so ridiculous. I played something like 73 or 74 shows to promote a new album of mine called Mind Like a Radio, and then I took this whole summer off. I didn't play shows for like 4 months, and I decided, hey, I'm gonna go back on tour, and I'm gonna do it in 2 weeks, and I'm basically gonna play like 13 shows in like 15 days. Like I'm just gonna go out and do a proper tour rather than go out on the weekends and play a gig, right? So the world's open again, and you know it's really nice because I'm able to go and play and see a lot of friends and family and just get back out there and make people happy. Like that's what music is to me. It's medicine.
Yeah.
It's good to be here, man. This is very cool.
Great to have you. New song here called Glory Days.
Yeah.
Your band, the Sun Harmonic.
Yeah.
It's been around for over 10 years, man. How many records is it now?
We're working on one right now that's I've recorded all of it, and I just have to get off my tour to mix the album.
Okay.
I can't do two things at once. I can't drive and mix my album. So when I get back, I'm going to mix it and release it hopefully before Christmas. That's going to be the 7th studio album, I think.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, since 2009. So
all
it's been a long time coming. But
let's check this out.
Yeah, let's
it's
go.
Glory Days, the Sun Harmonic. Kaleb Hikele is with us, and you're going to hang around for a little bit, right?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do this. 94.9 The Rock.
Cool. You know what? I'm getting nothing out of these headphones. I don't know if is it because they're plugged into are they supposed to be plugged in here? It's plugged into the computer.
DTA's rock station. Kaleb Hikele, as in Michael, and the Sun Harmonic. That is Glory Days. And you asked me if I knew who mixed it.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, let's just say that. Tell me who mixed.
Brian Moncars.
I was going to say, it sounded like a Brian Moncars mix.
Sure does.
All the great producers have a vibe about them.
Yeah.
He has kind of a certain sonic center that really pops. And
and it's called rock and roll.
That's it.
Yeah.
Glory Days. So tell me a little bit about that. So you got your guitar here. Why don't you?
I got my
why don't
guitar.
You give me a little illustration on your guitar.
Yeah, you know what?
Song we just heard.
This song came out of honestly, I wrote this in 2016, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote it driving in a furniture delivery van.
Who was driving?
I was driving.
You were driving.
So I'm driving around and I'm singing in my head.
Okay.
I didn't have a guitar. I was driving around and in my head, it was probably the chorus that came to me first.
Yeah.
Glory days keep slipping away. Mm-hmm. It was more of it was more sad and just kind of where's life going? By the time you get to your mid-20s, it's like everything just kind of starts to feel weird, and so it was more of that, just a thought of glory days keep slipping away, and every time I sing it now, it gets further and further away from having written that song. So it's especially imagine when the pandemic hit, I was like, oh, wow, this song is gonna change forever now, because now I'm singing about the glory days before the pandemic, right? But at that time, I was just driving. I was delivering patio furniture to the backyards of mansions, and I wrote the song while I was driving to Mississauga. Got home. I think I recorded a little bit on my phone. I got home, picked up the guitar, and I've got the capo on 6th fret right now for all the musician nerds out there.
I was going to say you slightly different tuning on this.
Oh, 100%, yeah. And it started more like this. If we both have nothing, then we have nothing to lose. Well, that reminded me to hang with the blues. Are you so surprised to see that I will have to choose between life and walking with the dead singing their blues? And then here comes the chorus. Glory days keep slipping away while I keep slipping on this floor. It's been a couple years or more. Glory days keep slipping away while I keep slipping on my own. Silly me, I should have known. And then you do the what am I to do? Right? All of the ideas that are in the rock recording, the snare going, that was there in my original version.
Right.
But it didn't have a snare drum. It didn't have a kick. It didn't have distortion whatsoever. So then all of a sudden I take this capo off by the time that I start playing the song with my band, and I go, okay, if I take the capo off, then it's but I sing it up an octave. Glory days keep slipping away. And then we started it instead by, hey, don't start on the major chord. This is a rock and roll song. So go down to the minor instead of G, go down to, and start there and go. We have nothing to lose. And then you get the group vocals coming in. And it's like every idea just started rolling out after I took the capo off and made it a rock song.
Right.
But that didn't happen for years.
When you had the capo on there, it sounded a lot more melancholy, didn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing is this is what I've done with a couple songs of mine, one of them being Recycled Words, which is a really old song, but I wrote it as a very, very quiet, melancholy folk song. Mm-hmm. And the second that you play it with distortion and you take the capo off, it sounds like Black Sabbath. It's the coolest thing ever. And so what happened was we took that song after the pandemic, after we were supposed to open for the Trues and we lost the gig and the pandemic hits and everything. I had an entire album worth of songs to take into the studio. And we got Brian Moncars to come in and engineer the session. He was there with us for 2 days, and we went to a studio called The Chalet.
Yep. the Chalet area.
in Claremont.
Yep.
It's where Rush did a lot of pre-production, and apparently it was Neil Peart's
That's
drum
where Neil used to write-
studio.
well, Neil used to write his lyrics there in the
Yeah.
in the little cottage off to the side, which I
Yeah.
don't know if it's still standing.
It is, and that's where we stayed overnight. So we were there on a Saturday and a Sunday. We tracked the entire album off the floor with the drums in the room,
Nice.
bass and guitar in the room, recorded everything off the floor, and then I've just done overdubs ever since. And we tracked this song on the second day. Like, we recorded lots of stuff before this song, but I was putting a lot of pressure on myself to make this song as good as it could be because it just meant a lot to me, and I thought it was one of our best tracks. So Brian's behind the controls, everything sounded great. We've literally been recording for 2 days straight. Like, we're doing like maybe 4 to 5 takes of 10 songs throughout 2 days, and we get to Glory Days and we do 5 takes with the click track on, and it wasn't cutting it. It wasn't cool. It didn't have the energy.
Too linear.
Yeah. And I said after take 5, I said, hey, cut the click.
Mm-hmm.
Cut it out. I want to play like we're playing in a bar. And we played take 6, take 7, take 8, kept going, and it was like, just still, it was okay. It would have been passable. It would have been all right. But it still wasn't there. And the lesson I learned from Sign on the Road, a song that we released 1 week into the pandemic, that people really liked because it was a happy song that was released during a really difficult time. The lesson I learned from recording that song, and this is like the lesson that I want to share with any musicians out there, is like, make yourself feel goosebumps when you're recording it. Like, if you feel that on the floor, on the spot while you're recording it, it's going to be exponential from that point. And take 3 of Sign on the Road, I think, I was getting shivers. I was getting goosebumps. Like, I'm almost getting it just saying it right now. It's like, I remember that feeling, and I remember that happening in the studio, and from there, the recording just took off. But it starts with that. It starts with a take that like makes you want to dance and makes you want to like just go crazy because it was so good. Like, don't worry about the click track. Don't worry about like, feel the energy. And so I learned that from Sign on the Road. We recorded that in 2019, like months before the pandemic hit. And then we came back to that same studio, the Chalet, to record again. And Glory Days, by the time that we played take 9, for some reason, and we played more takes of that song than any other song because I was looking for those goosebumps. What I did was I looked at Dave Skirdich, who's the drummer, and I got to shout out Ian McLennan, who's the bass player too on the recording. And I looked at Dave and I said, hey, play it faster. That's all I said. And we burst into this take 9, and it just ripped. That's all I had to say. Play it a little faster. And he was behind the kit, and we were following him, right? Because we're playing live off the floor.
You have to follow the drummer.
You got to follow the drummer. And, well, you got to try. You got to keep up.
Yeah.
And so the coolest thing that happened was that because we played so many takes, oh, man, like, were we ever kind of getting a bit bored? And, like, you want it to work. Like, you're trying, by that point, you're trying to just, like, get a good take. So Dave even improvised this thing that he had never done before. We had played that song at so many shows. We had played it so many times, rehearsing to come into the studio. And he had never done this thing in the middle there where I go, and we stop. And then I go, glory days keep slipping away. And then Dave does this like doom metal on the snare and the kick. And Ian followed him and went boom. And it just like set off like a freight train or like an airplane taking off. Like, it was the coolest thing that had ever happened. And I got the shivers. Like, and I tried as hard as I could to not make a mistake from that point to the very end of the song, because I was like, all right, here it is. Like, it's like you're in the middle of like magic happening,
Yeah.
and you don't want it to end, and you don't want it to go wrong.
Yeah, you can't buy that. Can
You and it would have never happened if the click was on. It would have never happened if we like were able to just, you know, suffice with take two is okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
And I just kept chasing that and looking for it, and man, was it ever cool. Like, and so that's what happened is we went back up and we listened to it, and we even said in the moment, like Brian would laugh at this or the band would laugh at this, like we even said in the moment, we were like, that takes it's a bit crazy, it's a bit raucous, like the tempo changes throughout the song. It gets faster, it gets slower. There's that improvised part in the middle, like that's brand new. Are we gonna go with that? Like it was kind of this like, are we gonna use that take? But I knew it. Like if it was up to me, I was like, yeah, let's use it.
Mm-hmm.
But it took some time to talk with the band about like, are we gonna take a chance on this and overdub it and then put it out to rock radio, which is a lot of the time on the beat, right? Mm-hmm. Everything is perfect because you can do that with Pro Tools these days. But the way they used to record rock and roll, and a lot of bands still do, right?
Yeah.
Like like Jack White or Neil Young. Like I'm sure those guys from interviews, like they record a tape and it's like whatever's natural is there, and that's the coolest thing that you can capture is like the energy. And people have said that in reviews of this song. They've said the energy is there, and it's only there because we allowed it to be there. We didn't separate all the instruments and whatever. And man, does it ever just rock like it does when we're at the end of a set and we're sweating in a bar. And that's what it sounds like and feels like to me. And then other people feel that too, right? So I hope everyone listening, I hope you guys love the tune, right?
I hope everyone listening can come down and see you at the Free Times Cafe tonight in Toronto. Where is that again? That's not on Eglinton West.
No, more
It
downtown.
used to be on Eglinton West back in the day.
Way back.
Or am I
in the
thinking
day.
of somewhere else?
Yeah, it could have been
sorry,
way
but
back in
where
the
is
day.
it?
So it's on
Because-
College.
Sorry?
It's College and Spadina kind of
Okay.
area.
Okay.
West of Spadina. It's in the back room. They've got like a folk listening room, kind of like New York.
Okay, so solo
kind
show
of
tonight or
style.
band show?
Yeah, solo.
Okay, great.
Tonight, my tour that I'm on is all solo. I'm going around. I'm playing Glory Days. I'm playing the folk version actually
Sure.
a couple times because people are requesting it. They're going, "Hey, Glory Days! Like I love the music video, and I love the rock song." And I'm like, "Sure, let me play the way I wrote it." And I sing the melancholy folk version.
Yeah,
you know,
good.
and people can't believe it. And yeah, that show's tonight. I've got Ryan Guile, Al Grantham, and Casey Baker coming up from St. Catharines. They're opening the show, and then I'm playing my new solo album called Storytelling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Showtime after the baseball game, by chance?
7:30 we're gonna start.
Okay.
And the two of the guys opening for me are huge baseball fans. So now I'm kind of like, oh man, like I feel bad that they're playing a show instead of watching the game.
Let's trail out with another song by the Sun Harmonic. It's called Homesick. How about a quick setup?
Yeah, Homesick is what is it? It's the third track on the album. So it actually goes from Glory Days to Homesick.
Okay.
Can't wait to release the album, and I hope you like this track too. This is a different one, right? This is me with my acoustic guitar singing about home.
All right,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Cheers.
I don't want to delete it. I want to play it. Homesick by the Sun Harmonic. 94.9 The Rock. All right. Perfect. Oh boy, we're way over. I'm gonna do some. Nice.
Yeah, this one's funny. It's got like a waltz to it, right?
Yeah, for sure. To the Free Times Cafe in downtown Toronto tonight is going to be Kaleb Hikele from the Sun Harmonic, and that's new music called Homesick. So, hey man, thanks for making it out here today.
Thanks for
You've done a
having
little bit
me.
of driving, haven't you?
Yeah. I've gone from Windsor to Ottawa, but by this point in the tour, and I'm gonna keep going. I'm going to like Owen Sound and back to St. Thomas, where I'm born and raised.
Okay.
That's the closing show next Saturday. So that's game 7 if they make it. We'll
see.
see. I feel like I'm going to be singing my folk songs on the stage, and like, you know, my uncle's going to be watching the game on his phone or something. Like, so we'll see what happens. But man, it's it's a real pleasure to be here.
It's great to have you.
Yeah.
And we'll hear your new music when it comes out.
Yeah.
Have a great time at the Free Times Cafe tonight.
Yeah, cheers.
And that's Kaleb Hikele from the Sun Harmonic. Cheers, bud.
Rock and roll. Thank you.
Okay.
There we go. Good stuff.